Hello everyone. How are we all doing? I'm making a little video today just before ClassicFresh comes out. Well, it's not just before, but it's, before ClassicFresh comes out. I'm gonna go through some of my favorite add-ons to use. Now, some of these people might already know that some of them are quite popular. I mean, there might be a few people that don't know about them, but I think a majority of the people do know about these. And there's probably a few hidden ones in there that less people know of. So I'm just gonna go through the ones that I use. They're mostly all quality of life add-ons, so they're not massive changes to your game. They're just slightly little things that help you level and just things from your journey from level 1 to 60. So the first one I want to talk about is probably, again, a well-known one, which is Bagnon. I will have the names down in the description of these add-ons, so you know what they are called and how to look for them. But Bagnon is basically an add-on that changes the UI of your bags. So usually when you open your bags, it opens individual bags in their different windows. But this one, when you open your bags, is one big joint bag, which I think is a bit easier because it's all there. It's just easier for me to find things. Some people prefer the default, but for me personally, I just prefer having it all in one big bag, basically. And there's a few other features to this that I quite like. For example, you can click the icon of your character, and you can look at your alts and see what's in their bags. For example, I click on my mage. There's all these items here. So you can, like, if you're not sure, if you want to trade some items like profession items and things like that to your main character, your alts, things like that, you can see who's got what in each bag. And there's also, if there's like a quest item you're trying to look for or something specific you're trying to look for, but your bag is full of items and you can't find it, there's a little icon here, and you can just search to say you're looking for like health. So just oh, maybe if you could spell, that'd be great. So basically, type it in, and it will glow up and fade the others, so you can easily find what you're looking for. I don't use this feature too much, but if there is something you're struggling to find, it's just there, nice and handy. The main thing I like to use feature-wise is, let me just make this a bit of a mess. So say if your bag's messy, you've been selling things, you've got gaps, you've handed stuff in, and you've got a messy inventory, there's this little paintbrush icon, cleans it up, automatically cleans it up, organizes it, and things like that. If you have your own way of how you like things organized, you can do that yourself. But for people like me that just like it tidy and are not too fussed, you just click that and it will tidy it up for you. Second add-on kind of ties in with something I mentioned earlier about looking at your other alts and possibly wanting to trade profession items and things like that. There's an add-on called Profession Icon Tooltip, something like that. Again, it'll be in the description. And what that does is, it's just a little thing where if you're questing, you pick up items and you're not sure whether or not that item's valuable for your professions or another profession, there's a way to figure that out with this add-on. Is you just hover over something specific. So say like the strangle kelp, if you look underneath the name, there's a little icon of alchemy, so that shows you that this item specifically is used for alchemy. And then you can go to like the silk, it's used for quite a few things, so it's first aid, blacksmithing, engineering, tailoring. It shows you all that kind of stuff right there, which again is handy for professions, because when I first started playing, for any new people that might be coming to ClassicFresh, or people that just aren't familiar with everything. Basically, this is going to help you with finding out what you need to use, what you want to keep, vendor, all that kind of stuff. Now, tying into that, on the other side of things, if there's something for a profession that you don't want, don't need, things like that, sometimes it could be quite a valuable item, which means it would go on the auction house for quite a lot of money. So there's an add-on called TSM, which is short for, pretty sure it's Trade Skill Master. I think there is I always just call it TSM. But basically, there is, let me just open it up. This right here, it can look a bit confusing when you're looking at it. It still kind of confuses me. I basically just used it in the most default way possible. So I don't really touch things like this. You can like steal things like what you've recently been selling, item wise. You can make certain groups and things like that, operations. Again, I don't really touch anything like this. But what I mainly use it for is if I go over to the auction house, say I've got, you know, this, I'm not doing alchemy, I don't need it, so I want to sell it. So if you keep your bag open, you go onto here, and then if you shift left click, it will fill it up here, and you can see what people are selling it for. This one doesn't have a buyout price, so I don't usually do this one, but I usually click the one at the very top. Unless it looks like this, I click the one with the buyout price, you just click that, and then you click post, and it will automatically undercut it by 1 copper, so it puts it at the top of the list, and people are more likely to buy it. You can set duration, you can put like your max stack of however much you got, and things like that. So that's basically what I use it for. Most simple way of using it. You can also, on the other side, instead of selling things, you can buy things. Now, if you know what you're looking for specifically, again, you can search it. Or, if you're just looking for any sort of upgrade, you can go to Advanced. So say if I'm looking for a one-handed sword, so I go to Weapons, Subclasses, I'm looking for one-handed swords, required level item, say level 20. I don't want them to show me things I can't use, so you tick the box saying usable only, run search, and it will show you all these things that you can use from level 20 higher. So it's quite handy if you're looking for an upgrade, because it's been a while since you've had one and you've got some spare gold. And also, if you're doing, there's also an option if you're doing what's it called, enchanting, and you need to disenchant stuff, but you can't find stuff, you don't want to spend a lot of money. You've got disenchant search, which will show you greens and things like that are selling for really cheap, that you can quickly snatch up just to disenchant, which again is quite handy. I don't use it that much. I get, you know, relatively lucky and find a few greens, especially when I'm doing dungeons. Just greed, get anything from that you can disenchant. But it's got quite a few options in there, and that's just basically the standard default stuff. I don't really change any settings. If you're smart, unlike me, you can go into the settings and fiddle around with it and make it how you like it. But I'm just basic. I like to have it as simple as possible, just default, and that's how I use it. Now there's another add-on, which again is a popular one that people probably know about, which is Questy. The Questy, for those that don't know, is a add-on that helps you with your questing journey. Now, it will show you on your map, mini-map, where you can pick up quests, hand in quests, where to go for the quests. For example, they have, I think, 3 different icons for like quests. So you have, I can show you there. So it shows you like the quests. You can hover over it, tell you what the quest is. So if I go over here, so you've got the bag icons, like these little ones here. So that means it's a quest where you have to loot an enemy and get the item from them. If it's a sword, which is like these ones here, it means you just have to defeat an enemy, or like, you know, take them down, and that's the quest done. And then there's I don't think there's one on here, but it's a cog symbol, and that symbol means there's an item just around on the floor somewhere, or some sort of item that you have to pick up or interact with, which is the cog symbol. And you can also, if I come off this, come back, you can toggle on and off icons to show you where professions are, which I find quite handy, and things like that, which I show you is if you go to the icon itself, click it, go to, you can professions, so you can track all that kind, those professions. You can track vendors, ammos, regents, trade goods, all that kind of stuff. And then mailbox, class trainer, auction, so all these things you can track, which I find quite handy. And then there's I have mine on the right side, you can change where you have it. This is the list of quests. Oh, bash my mic. So there's green quests, so it's color coded, so you know the difficulty, rewards, kind of stuff like that. So you can have it all there. I don't really like to have it open all the time, just because it looks a bit messy. So I just have it closed. Now, to tie in with the professions, I did not plan to try and make this all tie in together. It's just flowing, and I think it's flowing quite nicely. If I do say so myself. But for the professions, there's an add-on called GatherLite. Now GatherLite, you've probably seen it when I was over here. Oh, there was a cog icon. See that? That's the cog icon. So that's something you got to pick up, interact with. Anyway, so GatherLite is for gathering professions. So it will show you on your map all these spots that profession stuff or gatherings can spawn. So for Herbalism, it shows you like life fruit, king's blood, where they are, so you can run on the map and you can plan your journey to go around this way. So if you have to go here, you can go the quick way, or you can plan your way around to try and maximize your gathering. It does do more than just Herbalism. It's just this character I've got Herbalism on. But if you go to the actual add-on, which I thought was here somewhere, I don't think it is. Alright, let's do it this way. Let's go to add-on, so GatherLite, there it is. So I got it for Herbalism. You can do it for fish, containers, which is chests, if you want to try and find a load of hidden chests, and mining. And there's some other settings on there that you can mess with. Again, I don't touch it, I just keep those all ticked. I just keep it, I just change this depending on what professions I'm doing, and that's it, I touch nothing else. So it's a nice little simple add-on. I don't know if this one is as well known as some of the others like Questy and Bagnon, but I do find it quite handy to use. So that is, I think, to 5. I just wanted to do like 5 add-ons I want to talk about. There is one bonus one I will talk about, which you can see right here, is an add-on called RestedXP. Again, I think is a quite popular add-on. It is a paid add-on, so I want to state that first because I don't want people to get confused. It is a paid add-on. They do have a free version that takes you, I thought it was level 20, 21. But I heard someone else say it, I think it's up to 30. I don't know if they've changed it. But yeah, it takes you up to somewhere between level 20, 30, I would say, for free, and then that's when it ends. So you can pay for it. It is a one-off payment, so it's not like it's a monthly thing. Some add-ons, like Quest and add-ons, require monthly payments. This one's just one-off payment, and you have it, which I prefer. It's constantly updated. It is made by professional speedrunners, as far as I know. So it is reliable. I've been using it for a long time now, and I would recommend it. If you do want the paid version, there will be a link down below with a referral code from me. So if you do want to get yourself the paid version, it goes for classic, hardcore, season discovery, retail. I think TBC, when it comes out, they'll have one for that. So it covers most of the stuff throughout, from classic to retail, basically. So yeah, if you want to get the paid version, like I said, there's a referral code down below. It will basically give you quests, like windows here of what to do. So in order, you can even pick what you want to do. So end game stuff. So it has a few end game things. Speedrun. This all is not available for the free version, as far as I know. Only a certain stuff you will see on the free version. But it gives you speedruns, end games, survival. I think is hardcore. And if you go into the settings of the add-on, there's all these other options that you can see, like auto sell junk. I mean, there's some other add-ons that I use for this, but you know, auto flight paths, quest hand-ins, things like that. And I don't use it that much because I use other things as well. It adds in dungeons into your leveling experience, but there is, if I can find it, yeah, so you can enable it so it can show you what's the best talents to pick for your leveling experience that will help you level as quick as possible and things like that. So there is quite a few options in the RestedXP. Again, I use most of the standard stuff. I don't fiddle with it too much, and it's great just from the get-go, basically. So there's not too much fiddling you have to do with that. But I do hope you appreciate it. I hope, if you haven't seen all these add-ons, that they've helped you discover something you might want to use. As you can see, I'll just give you a quick show. Where is it? Add-ons. I do have quite a few add-ons, so if there is anything else that you want to have a better explanation about add-on wise, I can make another list. I do have a few other favorites. I just picked out some of the ones that I think will help you the most. But other than that, I appreciate everyone who clicked on the video today and watched till the end. I appreciate you all. If you haven't already, please do click the like and subscribe button. It's free. It helps me out a lot. It shows me that you guys are interested, and for me to keep doing what I'm doing, and you guys enjoy what I am doing. So please, if you haven't already. But other than that, I do appreciate you all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Treat yourself if you haven't already. And I hope you're all excited and enjoy ClassicFresh as much as I am.